In this video, we're going to talk about spiders. Yeah, I know. For alive people, these eight-legged creatures are the stuff of nightmares. But they're also some of the most fascinating and, honestly, successful animals on the entire planet. So let's pull back the curtain and take a closer look. So let's start with a really fundamental question. We see them all the time, right? But do we really know what they are? A ton of people just lump them in with insects, but as you're about to see, they're in a completely different class. Here's the deal. Spiders are arachnids, and that means they have some key features that totally set them apart from insects. They've got two main body sections, not three. They have 8 legs, not 6, and you'll never see a spider with wings or antennae. So next time you spot one, you'll know for sure that is not an insect. Now let's talk numbers, because the sheer scale of the spider world is, well, it's staggering. These guys have managed to colonize almost the entire globe. I mean, think about it. From our own homes to the most remote jungles and scorching deserts, spiders have figured out how to thrive. The only continent you won't find them on is Antarctica. Their adaptability is just a total marvel of evolution. Spiders are absolute masters of camouflage, and they're often hiding right there in plain sight. In fact, some researchers believe that no matter where you are, you're probably never more than 10 feet away from a spider. Yet, even right now, they're always close by, they just prefer to stay out of sight. And if that last fact made you a little uneasy, get ready for this one. Scientists estimate there are roughly 2.8 times million spiders for every single human on the planet. That's right, that's not the total number. That's your personal share of the global spider population. Almost 3 million. Okay, so we've looked at these massive numbers. Let's zoom way in on the individual. The life of a single spider from the moment it's born to finding a mate, well, it's a journey packed with surprising strategies and constant danger. You know, a spider's lifespan is all over the map. It really depends on the species. That common house spider you see might only live for a year or two. But then you've got tarantulas that can live for over 20 years. And get this, the oldest known spider, a trapdoor spider in Australia, lived to be 43 years old. And when it comes to family size, spiders really don't mess around. A single female can lay up to 3,000 eggs at one time, and she carefully wraps them all up in a protective little silk sac. And some spider moms are incredibly dedicated parents. This image is perfect. It shows a nursery-wed spider guarding the special silk tent she built just for her babies. She will fiercely protect them until they're old enough to head out on their own. Now, for male spiders, finding a mate is a really high-stakes game. The female is often way bigger and can easily mistake a potential partner for her next meal. So to avoid that fate, males have to perform these complex courtship rituals. We're talking intricate dances or vibrating the web in a very specific way, all to prove they're a suitor, not supper. Some males have an even smarter strategy. This guy here, a nursery web spider, is offering a nuptial gift. It's a carefully wrapped up insect. So while the female is distracted by her present, he gets a safe opportunity to mate. It's a pretty brilliant, if not risky, romantic gesture. So what's the bigger picture here? What is the point of all these spiders? Well, they play an absolutely critical role in pretty much every ecosystem on Earth. They are one of the planet's most effective and widespread hunters of insects. This table really shows their crucial spot in the food web. You could kind of call them nature's ultimate middle managers. On one hand, they eat huge quantities of insects we see as pests, like mosquitoes, flies, and cockroaches. And on the other hand, they are a vital food source for birds, lizards, wasps, and even other spiders. They keep the whole ecosystem in balance. You know, we usually think of spiders as being these lone wolf types, right? Hunting and living all by themselves. But some are surprisingly social. A few hundred species have actually evolved to live in these huge colonies, sometimes with up to 50,000 spiders living together. They work as a team to build massive webs, take down prey much larger than themselves, and even raise their young as a group. Alright, if you thought that was interesting, you might want to prepare to be amazed. Let's dive into some truly unbelievable facts that make spiders seem almost like they're from another planet. Let's just run through these, because they're wild. First, their silk pound for pound is 5 times stronger than steel. Second, their blood isn't red, it's blue. Third, they move their legs using hydraulic pressure, not muscles pushing outwards. Fourth, tons of them don't even build webs, they actively hunt down their prey. And finally, yeah, they can actually regrow a lost leg. Just Incredible stuff. So, what's the deal with the blue blood? It really just comes down to chemistry. Our blood is red because the protein carrying oxygen in our blood, hemoglobin, is iron based. A spider's blood uses a copper based protein instead, and when copper is carrying oxygen, it turns blue. Simple as that. Just let that sink in for a second. This quote really puts the mind-glowing strength of spider silk into perspective. This is a material so remarkable that scientists are studying it like crazy, hoping they can one day copy its unique combination of being super lightweight, flexible, and unbelievably strong for our own technology. And that brings us to our final question. We see that they're absolutely essential for the environment, and they're just biologically fascinating. So, does this change how we should think about them when we find one in our house? Are they really a foe to be feared, or maybe a friend that we should learn to appreciate? It's definitely something to think about the next time you meet one of our eight-legged neighbors. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.